Developing football, soccer, is a complex process that requires multiple elements such as infrastructure, youth training systems, sports culture, and government support. Despite being the world's most populous nation with a booming economy, China has struggled to establish itself as a football powerhouse, like many other countries. Below, I will elaborate on several major reasons why football in China has not developed as successfully as it has in other nations. 1. History and development of football in China. China has a long history related to football. Some historical sources suggest that China was home to an ancient game called kuju, thousands of years ago, which is considered an ancestor of modern football. However, modern football did not evolve continuously in China like it did in European or South American countries, where football became a key part of cultural and social life. Modern football was introduced to China in the late 19th and early 20th centuries through Western influence, but it wasn't until the 1990s that football began to gain more significant attention from Chinese society and the government. However, throughout the 20th and early 21st centuries, China has failed to establish a robust football foundation to ensure sustainable growth. 2. Youth development and player training systems. One of the key factors for football success in other countries is the development of quality youth training systems. Nations with successful football programs like Germany, Spain, France, and Brazil all have football academies, youth clubs, and strong youth leagues. These academies not only develop technical football skills but also nurture teamwork, fitness, and tactical understanding. In China, despite investing a significant amount of money and resources into football development, the youth training system remains limited. Many Chinese football clubs prioritize short-term gains and do not focus on long-term youth development. Instead of building from the grassroots, many clubs and local authorities have chosen to spend large sums on buying foreign players to improve immediate results, neglecting the need to invest in local youth talent. Additionally, the number of football academies in China is still inadequate considering the country's vast population. The uneven development between regions means many potential young talents are not discovered or nurtured. 3. Sports culture and social priorities. In many countries where football has thrived, it is not just a sport, but a deeply embedded part of national culture. For example, in Brazil, football is considered a national symbol, and children grow up playing football in the streets and on beaches. In Europe, particularly in England, Germany, and Spain, football is the most popular and widely loved sport, attracting attention from all social classes. In contrast, in China, football is not the most popular sport. Other sports such as basketball, table tennis, and badminton have gained more attention from both the public and the government. This is one reason why football has not gained strong cultural traction in China. Furthermore, in Chinese society, education has always been the top priority. Chinese parents often place a heavy emphasis on their children's academic performance, seeing it as the primary path to success in the future. As a result, sports activities, including football, are often de-emphasized in school curriculums. This leads to a lack of participation and encouragement for children to play football from an early age. 4. Government role and football management. Effective government support and management are crucial for football development. In China, the government has recognized the potential of football and launched large-scale initiatives to promote the sport. In 2015, Chinese President Xi Jinping announced an ambitious plan to transform China into a football superpower by 2050. However, despite this high-level backing, Chinese football continues to face challenges in governance and management. The Chinese Football Association, CFA, has been criticized for corruption, a lack of professionalism, and the absence of a clear long-term strategy. Football clubs often experience financial instability, which affects the overall sustainable development of football in the country. Furthermore, excessive government intervention in football can sometimes produce unintended consequences. Policy decisions are often made in a top-down manner without fully considering the actual needs and conditions at the grassroots level. This has caused many development plans to fall short of their intended results. 5. Quality of domestic leagues and competitions. Another key factor in football development is the quality of domestic leagues. In countries like England, Premier League, Spain, La Liga, Germany, Bundesliga, and Italy, Serie A, domestic leagues not only attract top players from around the world but also serve as a platform for nurturing local talent. High-quality domestic leagues provide local players with the opportunity to develop their skills and compete at a high level. China's Super League, CSL, garnered international attention when clubs began spending large sums of money to sign famous players like Carlos Tevez, Oscar, and Hulk, with astronomical salaries. However, this focus on acquiring foreign stars has not helped raise the quality of local Chinese players or the football system in the country. Moreover, while the CSL has attracted some attention, the overall quality of the league remains far from the level of top European or South American leagues. The imbalance in grassroots football development and an over-reliance on foreign stars has prevented Chinese football from growing sustainably from within. 6. Player mentality and lack of confidence. One of the issues that Chinese football players often face is mentality and a lack of confidence when playing on the international stage. Despite having the skills and physical fitness, many Chinese players feel pressured when competing in major tournaments or facing stronger teams. This lack of confidence may stem from insufficient exposure to high-level competition both domestically and internationally. When players do not have regular opportunities to compete against top-tier teams, they struggle to gain the experience needed to improve their performance. Additionally, in football, teamwork and a strong mentality are critical. In China, due to a culture that emphasizes obedience and hierarchical systems, players often lack flexibility and creativity on the field. This further diminishes the competitiveness of Chinese players when facing top teams from Europe or South America, where teamwork and creativity are highly encouraged. 7. Uneven infrastructure and facilities. Football development requires not only talented players but also quality infrastructure to support the sport. In China, while major cities like Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangzhou have good stadiums and facilities, many rural areas and remote provinces lack basic sports infrastructure. This leads to a lack of opportunities for young talent, especially in rural areas where there are no adequate facilities for regular football activities. In contrast, countries with well-developed football systems often have facilities spread evenly across both urban and rural areas, allowing talents from all backgrounds to emerge and flourish. 8. Over-reliance on foreign players and coaches. China's heavy reliance on foreign players and coaches has hindered the development of homegrown talent. While signing big-name foreign players and bringing in internationally recognized coaches can elevate the profile of a league, it often comes at the expense of developing local players and nurturing a sustainable footballing culture. Many Chinese clubs prioritize quick success by investing in foreign talent, which limits the opportunities for local players to gain valuable match experience. This approach can stifle the growth of a national football identity and delay the progress of developing local football talent at the grassroots level. Furthermore, the dependence on foreign coaches to manage domestic teams also means that China has not produced a strong pool of local coaching talent, which is essential for developing a robust football ecosystem. This reliance creates a short-term focus on results rather than long-term development. 9. Corruption and mismanagement in football. Corruption and mismanagement within the footballing infrastructure in China have also contributed to its slow development. Scandals involving match fixing, bribery, and corruption within the Chinese Football Association, CFA, have undermined the integrity of the sport in the country. These issues have resulted in distrust and a lack of professionalism within the footballing community, discouraging talented individuals from pursuing careers in football and preventing effective reforms from taking place. Without a transparent and well-managed football system, it is difficult for the sport to grow and flourish. 10. Future prospects and reforms. Despite the challenges, there is hope for the future of Chinese football. The Chinese government's continued commitment to football development through strategic plans, along with increased investment in infrastructure and youth academies, could pave the way for growth. Reforms aimed at improving grassroots football, developing local talent, and enhancing professionalism within the sport are key to achieving this goal. In recent years, China has made efforts to expand its youth football programs, encourage physical education in schools, and reduce reliance on foreign players. These initiatives, if implemented effectively, could gradually foster a new generation of talented Chinese footballers. In conclusion, while China has the resources and ambition to succeed in football, it faces numerous obstacles, from systemic issues in governance and development to cultural factors and infrastructural gaps. A sustained and balanced approach to nurturing talent at the grassroots level, improving the domestic league, and addressing management problems is essential for the long-term success of Chinese football. With careful planning and commitment, China has the potential to become a competitive football nation, but the journey will require time and significant effort.